Hi everyone, and welcome to Meet the Fleet. It's a show that brings you inside the cab and under the hood of some of the biggest and baddest vehicles in the Los Angeles County fleet. I'm your host, Ryan Zumalan, and this time of year, election season is in full swing. What does that have to do with vehicles? Well, I'm in the San Gabriel Valley to see how mobile trailers like this one are helping improve voter access all across the county. Let's check it out.
This is Los Angeles County's Mobile Vote Center. These trailers are big. They're 8 feet wide, 11 feet tall, 29 feet long, and weigh 3.5 tons. They're pretty advanced, too. Each one has electric brakes to make nice and easy stops, and they have torsion axles for less wear and tear over time. Los Angeles County owns 5 of these trailers, and each one is pulled by a full-size truck doing the towing. In a county famous for its highways and sprawl, these vote centers on wheels make it possible to access hard-to-reach communities and bring the in-person voting experience straight to them.
I'm here now with Dean Logan, who is the Registrar Recorder County Clerk for Los Angeles County. Dean, how did this program get started?
So the mobile voting program really was an outpouring of our work to develop the new voting model in LA County, which is Voting Solutions for All People. We saw in a couple other jurisdictions where they had these mobile units that went out into the community, and that fit with our philosophy of we wanted voting to be something where we met people where they're at, where we could be out in the community and people maybe weren't even planning to vote, but they could see where they were there and have the opportunity to cast their vote. We go out to homelessness encampments. In fact, we have locations on Skid Row. We go into the geographical isolated areas up in North County. We will go to assisted living facilities, medical centers, places that provide services for voters with disabilities. So really trying to identify groups of voters who otherwise might face barriers to getting to traditional voting locations.
Each trailer can hold 10 voting machines, or ballot marking devices, which offer the same services as more traditional fixed vote centers. The staff also has access to 4 electronic poll books with lists of eligible registered voters. And the units are wired for connectivity with an independent router, so processing is done fast. There's even an onboard generator and air conditioning. Basically, everything the county needs to ensure a smooth voting process for all.
What are the biggest challenges of running an election in LA County, and how does this help?
Yeah, the biggest challenge in LA County is just the sheer size. You know, we have 5.7 million registered voters here, and we are spread out geographically, and we're diverse in every sense of the word you can imagine. So this really enables us to meet that challenge, right? To address logistics, to have contingency plans, and to meet voters where they're at, to make sure they know that voting is available and that they have an opportunity to cast their ballot. So we have 5 of these units. They're deployed over the course of 10 days, so they're scheduled out each of those 10 days, and each of these will serve thousands of voters through that period. It ebbs and flows depending on the size of the election. It also allows voters who haven't yet registered to vote to register and vote on site.
And you mentioned high visibility areas, so what are some examples of places that these might go?
Yeah, so we've had deployments at many of our iconic stadiums, so Dodger Stadium, SoFi, Kia Arena, Intuit Dome, places like that, so big sporting events, but we also go to farmers markets or marathon runs, places like that. Election day, these all convert to part of our contingency plan. So we have learned to be prepared for the unexpected on Election day in LA County. So if we have a vote center that loses power, or if we have a vote center that has long lines of people late in the day, these are assets that we can deploy out in the community to make sure that we can meet that demand. They're ready to go with their crew. We just put them on the road wherever they're most needed.
What's the biggest benefit to the community?
I think the biggest benefit to the community is again knowing that whatever you're doing in the course of that 10 days, somewhere in your path of travel, there's going to be a place where you can cast your ballot and have your voice heard.
Well, Dean, thank you so much for showing us around today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Administering an election for millions of people is no easy feat. But these mobile trailers improve the process by meeting voters where they're at. Make sure to visit lavote.gov to check your registration, find your nearest vote center, and get other important information. That's all for this episode of Meet the Fleet. Thanks to Dean Logan for showing us all the impressive work being done by the department. Join us next time for another fun adventure.